welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer, and if you're new here, I do Bucilla kits and embroidery, so check out all the fun stuff that I'm doing by subscribing and liking this video if you like my video. In this tutorial, I will show you how to make this awesome ornament. It's a Christmas wreath. Here's the back of it. I will show you step by step how to put it together, so if you want to learn how to do that, please keep watching. To start with the wreath, grab the 2 pieces of green felt with the round cutouts, and we're going to cut out the front, and we're going to put the back upside down, and we're going to use that for our beads and stuff. So once you cut that out, you're going to grab your, I think they're gold, yeah, they're gold beads. And I'm just going to show you the beginning of how to add the beads to the wreath. So we're doing 4 at a time, as it says in the instructions. And we're going to use 2 strands, well, technically we're using 1 strand of the gold thread. And we're going to work inside out. And we're going to do the inside lines first. So come up from the bottom. Try not to go towards the edge too much because the felt will fray a little bit. And we're going to grab these 4 beads. Okay, got all 4 of them. And we're just lining them up with the line. And I use my thumb to position them so I have an idea of where to put my needle. So I'm going to put it right about here. Okay, and then I'm going to come back up behind 2 of the front beads and then go through the front 2 beads. So it'll look like they're connected. Plus it's a good reinforcement stitch. Okay. Go through the front 2. Alright, perfect. Okay, you're going to continue doing this for all of the lines. Okay, so I finished the lines, and in the instructions it does mention to fill in the green sequins. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to put the beads on the outside first, and this way I don't have to worry about beading it later. So I went ahead and did the outline with the beads. That way the stitches are safe inside and you don't have to worry about them showing once you're done with it. So now that the beads are in place, now we're going to do the sequins. And I'm going to show you my method. So grab 1 strand of green and let's get to it. I'm actually going to work like from the inside out, and I'm going to do them in rows. That way they can be consecutive and not scattered looking, and it looks like an actual wreath, because if you look at a wreath in real life, they have that pattern of swirl. So I want to mimic that. Okay, so I'm just going to show you placement where I'm going to put them. And once you get the hang of stacking these sequins, it's actually kind of cool to do. Like I like just sitting down and just doing a bunch of beading, or in this case, a bunch of sequining without the beading. It's very calming and relaxing. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I do a bunch of embroidery videos, and I show you how to put Bucilla kits together. I also show you how to do embroidery, so I do machine embroidery and how to run an Etsy. So right now my Etsy shop is a little slow, but once it starts picking up, I'm hoping to show more videos behind the scenes. Okay, so we finished the first round, and you're going to continue doing this. I didn't stop, right? So I actually decided to knot at the end of each round and then just keep going. And then when I run out of thread, I just get more thread and then continue on. Just so I have peace of mind that my sequins aren't going to go anywhere. So I always double knot after each round. And I'm not going to hide my tail because there's no point. We're going to be stuffing this anyway, so we're not going to see the back. And I'm going to start my second round of sequins. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm done. Here's what my wreath looks like so far. I have, let's see, 6 rounds of sequins. In the picture, I think there's only like 4. But again, I really wanted it to be full of sequins and not have any gaps in between. It's really up to you how you want to put the sequins and how much you want on your wreath. I have so many green sequins that are extra from other projects that I'm just like, you know what the heck? I'm just going to fill it all the way up. And I really like how it turned out. So with the ornaments, the red ornaments, it's basically the same thing, except you're adding a bead on top. Sorry, the camera is focusing on my hand. Okay, there we go. And just start on one and just go around. And we're not going to do all the sections. I think we're only doing 5 sequins and beads together. And then once we're done with that, then we'll work on the bow. I just decided to keep going and not the end of each one, just for time's sake. I figured it's going to be covered up by stuffing and a backing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to see. And if you want to, you can knot each one individually, but not tie it off and just keep going. It's really up to you. I just didn't feel like I needed to knot these. Totally a personal preference. Okay, so I'm going to finish this up off camera, and then we will move on to the next step. This is what our wreath looks like so far. There's the back of it. And that's where we're going to put the bow. If you're following along, the bow is on the crimson felt, and we're going to start beading this piece. I'm just kind of mapping out where I want to start. So grab your gold colored thread, and I think I'm going to start over here and kind of do a loop-de-loop in the middle, and then do the outer rim. You can do it however you feel. Same method, 4 beads at a time. If you come at the end of the line and you have not enough beads, like you feel like you can add one more, then go ahead and add one more. Or if it's the other way around where you feel like, oh, there's too many beads on my thread, you can always take one off and then keep going. Adjust as you need to. But for the most part, you're doing 4 beads every time you stitch it. Okay, the camera likes to focus on my hand. I'm not sure why. Okay, we're going to keep going. I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so this is what my bow looks like with all the beads done. And you can kind of see my path of beading, my thought process. So now we're going to fill each section with sequins, and I'm kind of determining what direction to do. I'm just using the picture on the front of the kit as kind of a reference. Okay, so now that I have all my sequins on here, I'm going to start appliquing the front to the back. And I won't be finishing it. I'll just do like 3/4 of the way and then add stuffing and then sew the rest of it in and add stuffing as I need. I don't want to stuff it too much because I don't want it to protrude or, be overly stuffed. But I do want the dimension of the 3D effect, so. Okay, I think I'm going to end right around here somewhere and then add some stuffing in here and then I'll come back. Okay, so this is the finished bow and I took the liberty of adding it onto the wreath. It was a little tricky to try and go through individual sequins, but I decided to do it this way because I felt like it was easier than in the instructions. In the instructions, it says to actually put the backing on the wreath and then stuff it and then put the bow on. I think this is a lot easier because you have to go through the sequins. Okay, So I grabbed the back, and I decided to do the inside first and then add the stuffing on the outside as I go along, which is a lot easier to stuff on a round piece of felt. So I'm going to come back when I'm done. Here is our finished wreath ornament. It turned out so cute. Here's the back of it. It looks like a little donut. And I know that people tend to forget to add the cording, as I did. I forgot to add the cording. So what I did was I made the cording, and then I went in between a stitch, and we pull it out here. Hold on, let me find the knot. There it is. So I knotted it together first, and then I took some extra string and the needle, and I kind of went in between each stitch, and then knotted it, and then pulled it down. And then I just used my needle and pushed the knot in like this, if I can get it. There we go. Oops. That happens. No worries, I'll just fix it. But yeah, you don't have to take stitches apart. You don't have to do it over again. You could just stick it in between the stitches and it'll be great. If you do not know how to make cording, I have a separate video for that. I will link it up in the cards above as well as in the description box below. Look in the comments also for it, as well as other tutorials that I've made. If you missed the first tutorial of this kit, I will also link that. Check out that tutorial on how to make the Christmas tree ornament. And check out the description box for my affiliate links and social media accounts. Follow me on social media. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.